Hey, what's up? My name is Kristen. Today's video is another video in my goal setting prep work series for 2023. I have created my own DIY goal setting system, and today's video I'm going to talk about my planning routines and my goal setting, how those work together, and how I'm going to fit them into my plans every day, month, week, you know, stuff like that. So if that sounds interesting, please make sure you're subscribed, and I'll be right back. Well, it's about to start pouring, and so it probably looks a little dark to you. It looks kind of dark to me on the viewfinder, but whatever. We're gonna go with it. We're gonna keep it quick, so in case it gets even darker, it won't be that terrible. So let's just get right into the routines. So this is kind of just like a brainstorm I did one day, just kind of thinking about what my planning routine needs to be like to make sure that I'm not forgetting anything, especially the things that I want to do to like achieve my goals. So I have here my weekly planning routine and my monthly planning routine, and it's literally just a list. It's nothing exciting to look at, but it's just something that I can keep track as I'm speaking to you about it. So let's start with let's start with the monthly, because that's like the thing I would do first, and then I would, you know, divide that and dial in. This is like more high level, and then you like, you know, focus down into the weekly. So monthly planning routine, I have like this little checklist I made on a sticky here, and I'm just gonna read you what's on my checklist here. Wallpapers. So that's just something fun that I do. I look forward to doing it every month, and so I thought I would start with something just fun. I go through, like, I get them from Erin, Condren. Basically, I just get wallpapers for my phone and my computer. So yeah, like I started saying, I get them from Erin, Condren. I also really love the ones from Blue Sky, because they have like a calendar on it, and I use that on my phone lock screen. Here, let me show you. So this one is one of the November ones, and it's just the calendar, and I don't know, I just like having it just at a glance. It's nice to be able to check a calendar without having to go into my calendar app. The other thing is the wallpaper, or not the wallpapers, the lock screens. So my phone has the ability to cycle through 15 different lock screens, and so every month I go ahead and find lock screens that match that month. So now we're in fall. In a recent video I showed all the Halloween ones I had for October. So basically I just go find all those, and I get a lot of them from Pinterest as well, and then I just put them in my phone. I keep a folder in my gallery, and I have it labeled, and so it's really easy to do. Yeah, so it's just something fun. It's something I reset every month. So then I have social stats. Really, this is just Instagram, because YouTube keeps track of all my social stats for me, like followers and whatnot, or subs, I guess. And then Instagram doesn't keep track as far as I can find in the analytics. And so that's just something I want to write down. I think I talked about this in a recent video, or I might talk about it in a future video. I've filmed a bunch of stuff ahead of time, and I have no idea where this is going to fall. But the Instagram stats, I don't have like a specific goal to like reach a certain amount of followers or anything. The only reason I write that down is in case I want to look at those stats later in the future. For some reason, if it becomes important to me to know those numbers per month, then I'll have it, because I can't find anything like that in the Instagram analytics. So also screenshots and photos. I want to go through my phone, delete any screenshots, or file them away in the folder on my gallery where they need to get, you know, where I can find them later. And then the same with photos. This is something I'm working on a lot. I have like 3,000 photos in my camera roll, and I just want to get rid of them. I need to keep the good ones and put them in a folder so where I can find them, and then just, I don't know, I want to clear that whole camera roll out, and then every month file those photos away and print what I want to print. Monthly reflection and review, and I actually have a note here about that. At the end of every month, I do a monthly reflection. I ask myself questions that I've kind of like picked up here and there from other goal setting systems, Moxie Life and Power Sheets mostly, and just to help me like think about what how I'm doing with my goals. And so I want to set my monthly goals for the next month while I'm doing that reflection, and just take what I've learned and like use that to set the goals and pick which goals I want to work on that month. And I want to add those goals to like my planner dashboard. And then on my Kanban board, I need to move the sticky notes for that project or that goal or whatever into the this month category. You can see what I'm talking about if you don't know what a Kanban system is. I will link the playlist for my goal setting and Kanban videos right around up there. So the next thing, income and expense report, that's just different things I need to track as far as income and expenses. It's basically budgeting. Check my goal notebook, and I highlighted goals here because that is what this video is about, and I just want to make sure that we really talk about the goals that I'm wanting to work on each month. I really need to make sure I'm adding them to my monthly plans and also my weekly plans, and then that will filter down into my daily plans. So then I need to migrate my next task list, which is also like, I called it next task on here, but it's really, I've been calling it like a brain dump or an inbox. It's the here, I have my planner right here. Let's look at the November one. It is the list that I do on this side of my page, and it's just all these tasks that I intend to get done that month. Whatever doesn't get done, I need to migrate it to the next month, or get rid of it and decide I don't really want to do that anymore. So that's on the list. I need to check my garden list. Every month there's different things that I need to do in my yard, in my garden, and I have a list. I have a book, and I'm in the process of transferring all that stuff from that book. The book is specific to my area, and so I'm going to transfer those tasks to my home planner, and then basically I need to take those and put them on my monthly list, like anything that hasn't been done yet. A command center. I have like a chalkboard calendar, bulletin board, little thing over where we like drop our keys and stuff when we come in. And so I want to redo that for the month. It's an undated calendar. I just need to, rewrite the month and put the dates in and all that stuff. Basically just do the monthly plan on that, as well as my actual planner, monthly plans. Review my year at a glance. This is something I never do, and it's so silly. I never fill out this thing at the front of the planner, which like this thing. I never fill that out, and so it's my goal to actually use that and to review it every month and put things in that need to get moved in. Right now I don't know, I'm just checking all over the place, all different things, but if they're in that one yearly one, then I probably will, it'll streamline the process. The very last thing is my monthly menu, which I actually tend to do early because I have been filming it lately and putting it on YouTube. If you're interested in monthly menu planning, I will put that playlist up here. So I actually tend to do that a little earlier, but just in case, I have it on there, because if I stop doing that for whatever reason, it will need to get done in the monthly planning routine. All right, let's move on to the weekly planning routine. So this is assuming I've already done all this stuff for the month. I can then use the monthly thing to start filling out the weekly plans. And one thing I wrote on here is glance at my Google Calendar. I didn't put that on here, and that's actually important because that's where everything gets put. That's actually like my year at a glance, if you will. In Google, anytime I'm out, anytime like when I'm at a lash appointment and I'm scheduling the next one, if we're at the dentist and we're scheduling the next appointment, I always do it right in my phone, and then I never have to remember, and it just shows up on my Google Calendar when I need it. So I need to glance at that and just see what events If there's anything in there that didn't make it onto the monthly plan, because I do the monthly calendar, you know, at the beginning, and if I'm out and I add something for like a week from now or 2 weeks from now, but we're still in the same month, I need to just make sure, because it probably didn't get written on the paper planner. So I need to glance at that and just check. I need to draw my weekly overview or put my stickers in. Basically the plan with me that you see on my channel, every Monday I do a weekly plan with me. I need to do that. And that's really just like the baseline, just to get the layout there. And then the things I already know will go in, but then as the week goes on, I add stuff to it. And then I have this star here. What does this mean? I'm telling myself to remember to look at my monthly calendar when I'm setting up my week, because sometimes I don't do that. I know that sounds weird, but sometimes I just don't even look at that monthly calendar. I need to fill in all my appointments and events and work schedule and everything like that that might be in any of my monthly planners. I need to make a to-do list. So the to-do list is a big deal. Most of my planning is task-based. The to-do list is like the meat of it. And so I put an arrow here to talk about just how I make a to-do list. And I just wrote to-do list, trigger list. So I need to check my monthly list. And that's the one that when I said to migrate the next task list, that's like this list here. I need to check that and see what I can schedule in for the week. I need to check my Kanban. There's going to be sticky notes from when I did my monthly planning that are things I want to work on that month. And I need to pick some to move into what I'm working on this week and move them into that section, and then make sure I'm writing it in my planner so I don't forget to work on it. I need to check the previous week in my planner to see if there's anything that didn't get done that I need to move to the next week. And I need to actually go and look at my monthly calendar and check what's coming up the next week. If there's anything I need to do to prepare for, you know, any plans we have for the next week. I need to check my physical inbox. Now, I have a basket on my desk that I use as an inbox, and it holds, you know, basically the size of like a sheet of letter size paper. I just throw anything that comes at me in there, and I just go through it. Like when my son brings home like a paper from school, I take that paper, I immediately write down what I need to write down in my planner, and then I put that paper in my inbox to basically, it's like a backup plan in case I don't see it in my planner or I didn't get it into my Google Calendar or whatever. It's just a backup plan. And so every week I look through that. A lot of times there's just like little odds and ends there that just need to get filed away, or like a note about something I need to like call someone about. Basically, I just need to go through that, find everything, put it where it goes, write it where it needs to be written, that kind of thing. And then the last two things I have on there are to check my email inbox and my Google Calendar. So this, I had to glance at the Google Calendar. That was just like literally just like a glance, because I have everything color coded and time blocked, and I can just see, you know, at a glance. But then I really need to look at all the details of the events and whatnot when I make the to-do list. And the reason I have these last is because technology, like looking at my phone or getting on my computer, that's so distracting to me. Like, I can pick up my phone to go check something, and I'll do 15 other things because I have notifications, or I see something, or, you know, someone texts me or whatever. I just can't, like, and then I'll forget what I was doing in the first place and not ever do it. So those are last, or I will never finish writing out this list. So check my email. A lot of times I will mark an email based on what it is. I put it in like a different folder in my email, and so I just check things that have like actions that I need to do or something that I'm waiting on. Basically, I just need to check through that and see if there's anything I need to write down in my planner. And then the same with my Google Calendar. I just need to look at what events I have this week and maybe the upcoming week to see if there's anything that I need to do before those happen. So that's it. That's like the way that I am currently planning is like a cluster. Like, it's so chaotic. It's just throwing, like looking through anything. And a lot of it has to do because I have like 4 planners and I don't know where I wrote down things, and it's just too much. Looking at my phone first, starting with Google Calendar, it's very distracting. There's too many things, too many moving parts, and it's not all in one place. And so to get it all in one place, I have to have this list. And so I'm really going to try hard to stick with this list. And I think it is going to be important to make sure that I do the technology things last. Anything that involves the internet or social media, I need to do that last. Oh, and then I did forget, after the to-do list, I need to make a meal plan, which I plan my menu for the month, but basically what I'm doing in the week is just checking to make sure anything doesn't clash. Like if something came up and now we're not going to be home that evening because we have an activity, I need to switch what we're going to have for dinner that night. Or if there's anything that I need to know, that I need to set the crock pot early so that, you know, when 4 o'clock rolls around and I start thinking about when I need to start making dinner, and then I realize, oh, I was supposed to start the crock pot 6 hours ago. You know, that's a bummer. So basically, even though I have my menu planned for the month, I just need to go check and make sure I know what's going on, and then write out or add to my grocery list. I'm testing out a system right now where I have my grocery list like as a template and based on what we're having each week. And that'll be another video. It's really something cool, and it's actually working really well for me. But I just basically need to print that out, and then I have it in my kitchen so that as we run out of things, I can just add stuff to that list. And then maybe place my grocery order if I'm ready to do that. If I'm planning on a Friday, then I can place my grocery order for like Saturday or Sunday, basically. And then the last things I just need to deal with, like my social media and my YouTube queue for filming. And basically I just need to plan out what kind of time I have that week to devote to that and what is doable. So anyway, I hope that made sense. I know I was just reading a list, so I'm sorry if that wasn't super interesting, but I just really wanted to talk it out. And I think what I'm gonna do is make this obviously look a little bit nicer and print it out on like a card and laminate it and stick it on a coil clip so I can keep it in my planner. Either that, or in my 2023 planner, I might write it on some note sheets in the back. Who knows? I don't know how we're gonna do it, but I do wanna have this in like an easily accessible place so that when I'm planning, I have it right in front of my face and I don't forget to do these things. And then hopefully that will help me stick with like my goals and the tasks and habits and things that need to get checked off to make progress towards my goals. Hopefully that's how it will work. Anyhow, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you really liked it, please consider subscribing. I do post planning, goal setting, and like related lifestyle content on my channel 3 times a week. So chances are there's something else that you might like. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.